Possibly one of the most delicious dishes ever invented by mankind, right here, French onion soup. Well, howdy folks, I'm S.A.Trotter and this is Texas Cooking Today. Hey, what you're going to be making today is going to be some delicious food, and this is one of my recipe videos. Now if you get to the end of this and you're wondering how to pull off this, that, or the other, I'll tell you what, there's another show on this very same recipe. It's one of my tutorials. So I'll tell you what, it'll be the next episode after this one. Take a look at that. Those are really full of information. Now guys, thank you for watching. Let's get right into making this. Now guys, that looks good, doesn't it? Let me tell you something. A family member of mine, my mother actually, brought this recipe with her from France. This is a real French recipe. I'm going to teach you how to make it, okay? I'm going to give you the recipe here, and if there's questions, you'll need to check out the tutorial version. Now, I'm not going to give you the full background on how Mom got this recipe and all that in this video. You have to watch the tutorial to get all of that because, well, that's the one where we spend a lot more time on detail. So guys, what I'm going to do, get in the kitchen right now and show you a wonderful recipe for the best tasting French onion soup you're ever going to get the pleasure of eating. Let's get in there and make this. Come on. Oh, look at all these beautiful ingredients, guys. Lovely looking stuff here. Fantastic French onion soup. It's about that onion. Look at that guy. It's about that guy. I want to teach you some things about that. Onions, when they're done the right way, make such a good soup. So I'll tell you what, come a little closer. I want to show you this close up so you can see what all ingredients we're using, and then we're going to get busy going through those steps. Take a look. Now guys, what we're using for this, some beautiful red onions. I have a big batch of these. I'm using a Merlot wine. I like that nice fruitiness from that Merlot. Also some olive oil, beef broth, a French baguette, nice crusty French baguette. We got Swiss cheese, butter, some flour, some thyme here. I'll be using some garlic and paprika in mine, and also salt to taste, and that makes for good French onion soup right there, guys. Let's get into making this up. Guys, I went ahead and tied the thyme off so I can throw it in my pot. It's ready to go. I need to take my onions. I'm going to just simply quarter these. I'm going to slice them, and then that's going to make perfect size pieces of onion for my soup. Okay, that's all you have to do. Just quarter and slice. Guys, just simply quarter them and slice them like I said. That's all we need, are just some little pieces like this. Don't get too picky about it, okay? Guys, when you finish cutting your onions, it's a lot. It'll fill this whole pot. I like to do it either in 2 batches or 2 pots, which is similar, but when it's finished, all of them will be in one pot, and it'll only be about 1.5 inches or 2 inches of onions in the bottom of it, so don't sweat that. But this is a faster way to do it if you do it in 2 pots. Give it a shot. Gonna have to turn these gently when you're first starting them, because they sometimes like to just pop out of that pan. Stir every 2 to 3 minutes. Guys, make sure when you are doing your French onion soup onions, cook these things down gently. You want a medium heat, no higher than that. We're going to cook them slowly and keep them covered in between stirring. You want to stir every 2 to 4 minutes. Okay? Just that simple. Just keep cooking, guys. This is an hour in right now, and they're still kicking it up. Stir every 4 or 5 minutes. Keep it stirred, and we'll check it here in a little while. I've just added all of the onions from this pan to this one. I scraped the bottom of that out for the most part to retrieve all of that fond. Some of it's still on my spoon. That is all usable, guys. Don't try to get rid of any of that, okay? It's a lot of delicious flavor that is going to dissolve into the soup and give it this beautiful, harmonious character. So we're almost down to 2 inches of onions there. Just keep it cooking, and then we're going to do the roux. Okay guys, we've cooked it down to about 2 inches. We're getting caramelizing in the bottom of the pot. So I'm going to go ahead and put my butter in there and follow it with the flour just as soon as the butter melts. So here we go. Guys, I have just placed my beef broth and about a cup of red wine in this, and I'm bringing it up in temperature. Now I need to go ahead and put my spices in this, my herbs, and get my toast ready for later on after this cooks up. Alright guys, I've gone ahead and got my paprika down in this. My thyme is in here and it's attached to a string to pull it out. So now all I have to do is bring this beautiful soup up in temperature and let it simmer. This is going to take about 30 minutes to 45 minutes of simmer time, and then the soup is ready, guys. So you'll know. You want to taste this about every 10 minutes once it comes up in the simmer, and when you have a strong flavor of the thyme, pull it out at that point. We don't need to keep the thyme in there any more than necessary. Guys, look at the beautiful soup that we've produced. It is wonderful, pristine French onion soup. And I have some toasted bread back here. We also have our Swiss cheese. Let's just get the soup in the bowl, bread on top of that, and then the cheese. And I want to put it under a broiler. We're going to get it all toasted up. As you've seen, there's a lot of steps to this, but it is not an impossible soup to make, although it delivers unbelievable flavor. Guys, so you'll know the measurements on the ingredients that I used. I started with 8 pounds, actually it's about 8¼ pounds of red onions. I used red wine. Now it's your choice how much you use, 1 cup to 2 cups. That's normal for a batch this size, all right? Olive oil as needed, or some other cooking oil, just something to cook those onions with. And generally it's going to be about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup per pot as you're cooking those onions down on that oil. The beef broth that I used, that was 6 cups. 4 tablespoons of the butter and 1/4 cup of that flour to make that beautiful roux. I shredded the cheese, of course, and just however much you want to put on top to melt over that croûte. The French bread, slice that about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch thick. Toast it before you use it on your French onion soup. It works so nice. It really does. A tablespoon of the paprika, salt to taste, and you do that towards the end. 2 to 4 cloves of the garlic. Very, very good tasting in the soup. Not necessary, but I think it really adds a wonderful, beautiful, rich tone to this particular recipe. There it is, guys. You've seen those ingredients. You have a bundle of thyme there. That's about 3 sprigs of thyme. We tie that off. We put it in the pot until we achieve that desired flavor. Thyme comes on pretty quick. And in a French onion soup, if you leave that in too long, it becomes overpowering to the dish. So don't do that. Anyway, that's your ingredients. Thank you very much for watching this. Oh man, now let's taste that soup. Guys, look at that. That's your French onion soup with the crouton, cheese all toasted up under the broiler. That right there is exactly what you need to be making. There it is. The winner of the show. Whoops. I don't want to lose it. This stuff, guys, oh, let me tell you. Wow. Oh, yummy. You know, I think part of the fun of eating French onion soup is digging down through that crouton, and it takes a little work, and it's kind of fun. It gives you something to do. It's also in the flavors of it. It helps to make the soup a little heartier. Everything about this, guys, is a perfect combination of ingredients. Sweet, mixed savory, head to head, and you get fantastic. The French invented it hundreds of years ago, and not that long ago, Mom, Dad brought this back from France, and I've been enjoying it ever since. So I would like to say thank you very much, Mom. Thanks for the recipe. This one's a winner. Guys, will you try it? So thank you, Mother. Folks, if you would please subscribe to Texas Cooking Today, and if you have questions on this particular video, if there's things that didn't get answered, there's a tutorial version, okay? Just watch the next episode and all of your questions will be answered. Plus, you're gonna get some of the background on where this recipe came from, all right? It's pretty cool. Please check that out. If you would, also click the like button. If you have requests, comments, questions, you can drop them down below. I'll gladly answer for you. And if you would, do one last thing. Folks, just have a good day. Bye-bye. Yes. Well, guys, once again, thank you very much for watching this show, for watching Texas Cooking Today. If you would, please go to my channel, check things out there. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. I've got stuff coming out every single Thursday, so watch closely. There's some really good stuff coming your way. And thank you again for watching Texas Cooking Today.